Hey now, Thursday, May 30th, Teddy covers with a wake up and win report for WagerTalk.com. Let's talk about where the money's flowing and why the money is flowing there. I'm even going to talk a little WNBA for today as well, because the markets are moving, and that's a sport that's active right now. But of course, we're going to start in the association. NBA Game 5 in Minnesota tonight. T-Wolves and Mavericks. Looking at the WagerTalk free live odds screen, I'm seeing the money has shown for the home favorite T-Wolves. This line was 4/4.5. Now it's 4.5/5. So we are seeing sharp support for the home favorite as Minnesota tries to turn this series around. Obviously, they got the one win. They need three more to make things, or two more to make things very interesting. One more to make things kind of interesting. The markets expect them to get it tonight. Like I said, the sharp money coming for the home favorite. Total really hasn't done a darn thing. 209.5 for the open, largely sitting at 209.5 right now. When it comes to a series price for Dallas and Minnesota, right now, Mavericks in the minus 500 range. If you think T-Wolves can win three in a row, you can get plus 400 to do it. Which again, when you're talking about something that's never been done in the history of the NBA, a team rallying back from an 0-3 deficit, well, plus 400 doesn't seem like the right return, at least for me. Minnesota, then if Minnesota wins tonight, it's one road game and they get Game 7 at home. Then again, Boston was in that spot last year. Game 7 didn't go quite as they expected. Nonetheless, plus 400, minus 500. That's what we're looking at. Series price, Minnesota and Dallas right now. I want to talk some WNBA today just because I noticed it. The markets were lighting up like, I'm always interested when the markets are lighting up like a Christmas tree. I don't handicap WNBA, but I know this. A lot of money for Seattle this morning, really a fair bit, and money for the under in the Sparks and the Sky. So we've seen Seattle bet up from as low as 3.5 to 5.5 at Indiana. The Caitlin Clark factor, the wise guys not so interested. That being said, Chicago now 161/161.5. That total open is high as 164.5 for WNBA. I want to give some guys a shout out right here, right now. This is a quick hitter podcast, and I really appreciate the fact that so many of you guys have gotten into the comments and just a little something. Look, if you have a second now, click the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you want to get in the comments, thank you again. And I'll give you a shout out on air, obviously. Of course, we really appreciate the likes, the follows. More than 150,000 of you following WagerTalk TV. Nick2593, Battleborn Bets. Omelet Right asked me a good question yesterday. Anthony Thornhill, I appreciate you as much as anybody, man. You're in there every single day. Richie Brooklyn, same thing. Randy Pass, 6281, thank you. Tahoe Better, Global Pulse News. Nathan T, Brent Hall, you're there all the time. Charles Heath, Lafta Libra, thank you. Get Right 2021, Coom Tom's in there a lot. Raymond Barlow, really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to give me a comment. And if you want to do so today, knock yourself out. I'll be in there every day. I come back at least once, some days twice, to reply to everything. So appreciate your support with this new Wake Up and Win daily podcast. All right, we've done some NBA. We've done some WNBA. We've done some shout-outs. Let me give you guys a little promo. And then we'll talk a little baseball. Look, we got the summer celebration schedule going special right now at WagerTalk.com. We got vacations, crazy schedules, different routines. I understand. When you lock in an all-access pass right now, get you whoever you want. You can get me, you can get anybody at WagerTalk.com. 99 days of access, Memorial Day through Labor Day. Obviously, it's a couple days after Memorial Day. It's less than $6 a day, just over $40 a week. You can get that right now. And again, I always say if you're going to get a package, sure, sometimes we have big plays, we hype them. But the reality is, you're going to get a package, you're going to get a play, don't buy plays. Don't buy plays. Get on board with the package. See what a capper can do properly for you over a reasonable period of time. If you like what he does, you get back on board. If you don't, you can find somebody else. Nonetheless, I'm not a big guy to say, buy this play, buy that play. Want to get on board? Get a package. This is a great opportunity to do so all summer long. All right. Now let's shift our focus to today's MLB card. It is a light card. It is Getaway Day on Thursday. And we're talking baseball first thing in the morning on Getaway Day. What do we expect? We expect under money. And certainly we've seen some of that already. Cubs, Brewers, We've seen under money, not a ton. That was 8.5 to the under. Now we're seeing 8s out there. So that's one that's seen a little bit of action, but really not as much as we often see on a day like today. In fact, the markets right now, they're pretty quiet. I don't want to give you guys, I feel like there are days when I come on this podcast and I talk about where the early money is going, and then by the time it gets posted a half hour later, it doesn't even take a half hour to turn this around. But by the time people are watching it an hour or two later, the markets have shifted. That's going to happen. Money's going to come one way and then it's going to fly another way. That's the nature of the betting markets. What I try to focus on here is what I'm seeing in terms of sharp support, wise guy support, because we know long-term recreational bettors there aren't many recreational bettors that win long-term. When we talk about professional bettors, the wise guys, they legitimately win over the course of time. So when we look and track the money, the sharp money, we understand why, we can understand the thought process, and that's a big piece of the puzzle. Understanding the thought, why is the money coming this way? What are they seeing that I'm not seeing? What are they betting on that is not even in my repertoire? And sometimes it's nonsense. Sometimes it's garbage. It's nothing you want to get involved with. But other times, getting the thought process of knowing and understanding where the wise guy money is likely to come, that can help you with your own betting in terms of getting the best of the number and in terms of your own handicap. So that's certainly one of the reasons that I focus on that daily here on Wake Up and Win. Of course, we do it quick. So anyhow, don't want to get distracted. Stay focused. Focus on the task at hand, Teddy. All right. So we've seen under money like we often see for early start games, Cubs, Brewers. And we've seen under money for Arizona and the Mets as well. Of course, if I'm playing under there, it's only first 5. That Mets bullpen has been a disaster area of late. And obviously, it's certainly affecting both the psyche of the team and the line surrounding the Mets. Arizona, road chalk in New York, although it's Gallen who's pitching today. That said, we've seen under money for that ball game. Washington money against Atlanta. Atlanta's not playing that great. Washington's played profitable baseball. That was minus 220, minus 225 at the opener for Atlanta. Now I'm seeing minus 185, although some of that's a pitching change. Kerr in for the Braves. We've got under money for KC, Minnesota. That was 8 to the under. Now I'm seeing some 7.5s popping up for that one. And under money for Detroit, Boston. We talked about that yesterday with the Tigers money coming in for Skubal. We're seeing under money there. That's a big move. That was 8.5 at the open. Now we're seeing 7.5 right now, Tigers and Red Sox. So if you want the wise guy under of the day, it's Detroit and Boston. And that's not an early start game. A lot of these unders, you like getaway day, get on a plane. The umps sometimes have a little bit of a wider strike zone than they might in a nighttime game. But in this instance, it is regular start time at Fenway. Nonetheless, heavy under money going in to that one. That's what I got for you guys today. Best of luck with all your wagers. Thanks for watching. And don't worry. In theory, I'll have a haircut tomorrow. I'm supposed to get one this afternoon. Cheers, guys. Have a great day.